Hello everyone, Treecks here. We're back playing some Ocarina of Time. The 3 heart challenge is over. However, I don't consider this game done just yet. I'm still going to 100% this game. Why, you ask? Well, because I'm a 100% sucker. There's a lot of games I want to 100% every single time I play it. Not all games, but this one, and technically every Zelda, I do want to 100%, so even with the 3 heart challenge, I'm still going for all heart pieces and heart containers. That's what we're doing now. There's still a couple of other things we need to get, like the young Link trading sequence, which isn't done because of a heart piece that was in the way, and there's a couple of upgrades we still don't have. First, I'm doing fishing. Why? Because I hate fishing. Not that I hate fishing, but these fishing games that have been in all these Zeldas since Link's Awakening. Majora's Mask 3D had one, this one has one, Twilight Princess has one, Phantom Hourglass, that one is the worst by the way. I really don't have the patience for this minigame, and the worst part is I have to do it twice. As young Link and as adult Link. There's one particularly large fish in here. I believe it's this one. I might be wrong. I completely forget where they are. This one looks large. Oh, there's another large one over there. If this takes too long, I'll be cutting it. Maybe keep some bloopers in if I start failing at this. This doesn't look like to be the large one. Anyway, the way this works is you cast your line. As you can clearly see, that's not the hard part. Try to get it as close to the fish as you want as possible. And then it's a simple matter of reeling them in. Giving the A button a little push so it will start reeling. Pull back the control stick. That's usually what's enough. However, sometimes even with the small fish, but even more likely with the big fish, they tend to let it go if you do not do it quickly enough or do not position yourself correctly. I figured out that when you hold down the A button, that's usually not enough. Usually they'll release themselves at some point. Holding back the control stick like I'm doing here, you can clearly see Link holding back the reel. It usually helps keeping the fish on the hook. Doesn't always work though, even with the small ones. Usually the small ones aren't that hard. That's the big one I want. If I can find him. Oh, it's over there. It's gotta be it. There's nothing here, so let's pull it back. That bony structure over there, that's what I want. If you go too close to the fish, they will swim away. However, this one is practically in the middle, so it's hard to reach and impossible to stand near it. I can't reach it from here. Let's see if we can find a spot where we can. There should be enough. Try to get its attention. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, this has got to be the one. Let's hope it doesn't release itself. Usually if you try to catch a fish and you fail at it, they tend to swim away, and it's usually pretty hard to find them again, because they rarely go back to the same spot where you found them the first time. This seems to be going well. Yeah, this has got to be enough for the heart piece. Yeah, 10 pounds is enough. Of course I want to keep it. 10 pounds should be enough. To get the gold scale, you need an even bigger fish. That one doesn't show up until you're adult Link. It needs 7 years to grow. That's the story behind it. Weigh my fish. Yeah, I know it's huge. New record. I think the minimum required for the heart piece is 9 pounds. I don't even think 10 pounds is the limit. I tend to vary which size the fish has. It's not always the same. It's not always that the biggest fish in here is 10 pounds. I've caught one once that was 11 pounds, even 12 pounds I think. And I remember once catching one which was 9, and it also gave me a piece of heart. Anyway, we've got our first piece of heart now. It's the most annoying one for young Link, I think. Even though some mini games are technically harder, like the Bomb Tube Bowling Alley, which I usually suck at. But still, this one is more annoying to me. Anyway, well, let's see what we can do next. I'll try to cover Hyrule in a clockwise or counterclockwise fashion. I'll just make a lap around the world, grab heart containers as I go past every spot I remember having one. Once again, I'm doing this without a guide, so I may forget 1 or 2 or 3. Knowing me, it's gonna be 5. But still, I will go back to any heart piece I miss. A simple cut in the video and I'll be back at the spot. Don't worry, I'll just make my 2 laps. One as young Link, one as adult Link. And whenever I forget one, don't worry, I'll find it eventually. Here's a spot that the Stone of Agony indicates. The controller will shake here. That's how you find the spot. But in the exact middle of this great area there is this little hole. And there's a business crop here. I do not have a weapon out which can take it out immediately. Let's use the slingshot. This business crop is, like all the other ones, one that sells you an item for rupees. Only this one, the only one in the game that sells you a piece of heart. And it's only 10 rupees. Imagine that. Majora's Mask asks higher prices for that. Not even mentioning the 1000 rupees heart piece that Twilight Princess has. And the one in Wind Waker is from the Beetle shop. 500 I think, or 900. This game asks only 10. I don't remember what Skyward Sword asks. I know Beetle has one there as well. Or it's a heart medal at least. But that's all for later. There's nothing over there. So I'll be going to Long Range first before I go into the forest. Which is my next stop. The first dungeon I'm going to revisit. Because obviously I also need to pick up the heart containers. But the bosses dropped. I also deliberately skipped. I will be entering dungeons en route as well. But first, Long Range, where's the entrance? Here it is. And the forest is also the place where the trading sequence continues. That's where the Skull Kid was, who did not want to accept my mask. Because he didn't want to talk to me. Your head is going through the fence. I hope you're alright. Oh, simple video game programming. Let's go in here. This silo is one spot we've ignored for all this time. But there is in fact something here. And it's a heart piece. Nintendo thinking they can make a block pushing puzzle. However, this is one that's very easily solved. Just push this crate once. And you have enough to squeeze yourself through. Enter this hole. And voila. We're almost at 4 hearts already. One more. Finally, after 29 parts, we get to see a 4th heart on screen. And it's not going to last very long because it's going to be 5 very soon after that. Alright, this is all we can do here, unless I misremember something, which I probably do. I don't think so. I think this clears out Long Range entirely, because thinking back, I don't remember one being here as an adult Link either. Yeah, all there is here is Skulltulas and the horse minigame. We've already done the minigame in this house. It doesn't give you a heart piece, so we've done that. It was for the empty bottle. Cuckoo catching game. And the stable has nothing but dialogue from Ingo, so ignore that guy. Even though he's still my favorite character from this game, I keep mentioning. Alright, it's forest time. I'm not going to warp there, because it will take me to the Sacred Forest Meadow. And that's a place I do not wish to be, so I think just walking to Kokiri Forest will be faster. It's nighttime, so the peaheads are asleep. Doesn't mean that we can't bully them a little by giving them a slash. Which will send these little peaheads after you. These are more recognizable as the classic peaheads. From the first Zelda game and a lot of Zelda games since. The normal peaheads in this game are very large. As you can see. Normally they're not even a threat. You easily walk by. Alright, Kokiri Forest. There's no heart pieces here. There's just a heart container here in the dungeon, which is on the east end of this forest, inside the Deku Tree. I will not be showing that off. You do not have to see the whole route through the dungeon to the boss chamber. I'll just meet you there. So here we are. Portal is still there. More importantly, you are still here. Remember how long ago this was? We're at 4 hearts now. Hooray! So it gives me a chance to show this off. The portal is still here if you're here, so you do not always have to walk out the exit normal dungeon. It will always warp you back to the exact same spot it warped you back to the first time you used it. Only this time without the cutscenes. Alright, we're already done in the forest. Like I said, no normal heart pieces here. All forest heart pieces are in the Lost Woods. Which is obviously where we're going next. First off, I'm going to do the skull kits. Because there's more than one skull kit here. The other one I'm going to use to continue with the trading sequence. Because we need that mask. But like I said, I'm going here first, the skull kits. Because there's 2 over here. Which also involve a minigame. With a heart piece. This is a pretty fun minigame. As you can see, there's 2 here. Ready to play their flute. And if I get out my own flute, a minigame starts. And it's a memory game. They play a couple of notes. And you repeat the notes. It's that simple. Becomes quite hard if it eventually. Because as you can see, more notes start to show up every time you progress. If you fail, you have to start over. Every time you succeed, an extra note appears. This one is very easy. First time it goes to 5. Your reward is rupees. In the first case, 1 rupee. The more you play, the higher your rewards get, until the ultimate reward, a heart piece. Up, down, right. This one is a little more tricky. Up, down, right, up. Two more. Up, down, right, up, down. Okay, one more. Up, down, right, up, down, up. Not too hard. Alright, need to be careful with this. As you can see, I'm playing it a little more carefully than I normally play my Ocarina. Way too fast. That's the reason why I'm not playing way too fast this time. Because you do not get a second chance if you get a note wrong. You have to start over. Up, left, right. Starting as Epona's song. Funny. Easy to remember. Oh, no longer Epona's song. Up, left, right, A, down. All five buttons used now. Okay, 3 more. Next note is right again. Come on, this is too easy. Another down. Okay, last one. What note are you going to give me? Down, left. Alright, I can remember that. There we go. Not so hard. Can be tricky if you're not paying close attention. This is heart container number 5. That takes care of this side of the forest. The forest meadow has nothing to offer for us. So we immediately go over here. Something I wanted to do a lot earlier, involving you. But as you can see, he doesn't want to talk. We first need to do this. Play Saria's song for him. Now he talks. Heart piece get. And now we can normally speak to him. While wearing the mask, he will like the mask. And he wants to buy it from us. Yeah, you should have just kept it at this mask. Because this Skull Kid later starts wearing Majora's mask. And he becomes the bad guy in Majora's mask. Oh, simple times. If we only knew what a threat this guy would become. Anyway, mask side quest taken care of for now. We'll be paying back the fee for the mask salesman as soon as we get to the market. There's a couple of more heart pieces on the way. Because Kakariko and Zora's River and Zora's Domain, Zora's Fountain are in the way. I think I'm going to skip out on Kakariko and Death Mountain because I'd like to get the next mask first. Because the next mask will be taken to Kakariko graveyard, to be more precise, so it would be handy if I have that once I get there. But I will go to Zora's River first. There's another dungeon here where we can grab a heart container as well. No, don't read the sign. I just like rolling around the field, mashing that A button. Sometimes stupid signs get in the way. Okay, there's 2 heart pieces here. We're going to grab you. We do not technically need the Kuko. Because we have the boomerang now, so we can use that to get our heart pieces. And even as Adult Link we can use hover boots and hookshot. These heart pieces are still there as Adult Link. You do not have to grab these as Young Link. However, I'm here right now, so I'm gonna grab them right now. Here's one of them. We've seen it earlier. You can also hover boot towards these platforms. Need to be careful not to lose the Kuko. I'm going to do this the traditional way. The way I used to do it when boomerang, hover boots and hookshot are not present. Okay, we can no longer use you. Now we need to climb this ladder. There's another Kuko up here, so don't worry. Hello. Jumping from here it will be too far. You won't make it. So let's go up this platform. And here we have our next heart piece. Grab you before you go away, because we need to get another one. These frogs also give out heart pieces. They gave 2. It's actually one of the few instances where 2 heart pieces are from the same minigame. Technically not the same minigame, but you'll see what I mean next. First I need to grab the other heart piece, which also involves the Cuckoo when you're young Link. Like the first one, this one also can be gotten through the boomerang. Throwing the boomerang to the platform it's on will also net you the heart piece. Oh, come on, where's the fun in that? Using these Cuckoos to fly is way more fun. Thank you. Alright, now we go back before we go into Zora's domain. There's more heart pieces there. I'd like to take care of these frogs first. The first heart piece is easily gotten. You need to play the Song of Storms for them. It's the one song I haven't played for them. I've played every other song to get the rupees from them. When I was buying magic beans, because all the magic beans added together cost a lot of rupees. As you can see, they're already large. Growing them is what's required to trigger the second minigame. Right, they like the rainy song because they're frogs, they like rain. And they give us another heart piece. Right, once they've given the heart piece and they've all grown, they will initiate a minigame. This one involves pushing the right button at the right time. They will have a fly hovering above them, lighting the frog up. And you are to play that note. And when you do, the fly moves to the next one, moves to the next one. And if you go on long enough, it will be enough for them. They will you need to be quick. I'm gonna finish my sentence first before I try again, because this requires concentration. If you do this long enough, I do not know how many notes they are, but they will give you a heart piece for it. And it's easy to remember eventually, because it will always be the same notes. I do not remember which they are, to be exact, because it's quite long. Ah, wrong one. I pressed down instead of the A. Nope. That was the A again, where I needed to press down. Too late. Okay, as you can see, if you're too late, it'll fail, but also if you press the wrong note, you will fail. Too late again. Come on, I know this. I keep pressing the A button where I need to press down. Keep thinking the yellow one is the A button, but it's the down. There we go. Was that so hard? Alright, another 2 heart pieces done. 4 total in the Zora's River. That's all we can do. Unless I'm horribly misremembering something. I do not believe there's another one here. The next one I can come up with is in Zora's domain. Which I'll be doing next time, because I see the time is already running out. I can still walk into Zora's domain. And that'll be it for this first bonus episode. Grabbing heart pieces. Right, enter. Treecks out.